Héctor, ¿qué tal? Anche? Barbara!
I was wondering where she is.
Barbara. No, Presidency. Absolutely, I have Presidency. Okay, thank you.
All right. A very good afternoon to all of you. And I thank my dear colleagues for joining me today. I would like to read out a statement on behalf of Ukraine, Albania, Andorra, Argentina, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, Cyprus, Czechia, Denmark, Ecuador, Estonia, Finland, France, Luxembourg, Malta, Marshall Islands, Federal State of Micronesia, Monaco, Montenegro, the Netherlands, New Zealand, North Macedonia, Norway, Palau, Paraguay, Poland, Portugal, Republic of Moldova, Republic of Korea, Romania, San Marino, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Uruguay, the United Kingdom, the United States of America, and the European Union. Today we mark a grim milestone, 1,000 days since the start of Russia's unprovoked and unjustified full-scale invasion of Ukraine. This ongoing aggression remains a flagrant violation of the principles of the UN Charter that all member states have committed to uphold. We reaffirm our strong commitment to the sovereignty, independence, unity, and territorial integrity of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders, and reiterate that the attempted illegal annexation of parts of sovereign territory of Ukraine by Russia has no validity under international law and does not form the basis for any alteration of their status. We condemn Russia's unabated, indiscriminate attacks on densely populated residential areas and civilian critical infrastructure in Ukraine, in violation of international humanitarian law, which increase on a daily basis the toll of casualties, displacement, and destruction. We are committed to ensuring accountability for crimes under international law and justice for all victims of this aggression, particularly children. This commitment is essential for preventing future atrocities across the globe. We reiterate that the protection of civilians and provision of humanitarian assistance to those in need remain crucial for alleviating the human suffering caused by Russia's aggression. We are deeply concerned about the adverse impact of the war on global food security, energy, nuclear security, and safety, and the environment. The war must end. We reiterate our demand that Russia ceases its use of force against Ukraine and immediately, completely, and unconditionally withdraw all of its military forces from the territory of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders. We stand firm and united in our resolve for a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace for Ukraine, consistent with the UN Charter, including the principles of sovereign equality and territorial integrity of states. We reiterate our calls upon UN member states and international organizations to redouble support for diplomatic efforts to implement such a peace, enshrined in the UN General Assembly Resolution ES 11/6, principles of the Charter of the United Nations underlying a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace in Ukraine of February 23, 2023. We commend in this regard the Summit of Peace for Ukraine held in Switzerland on 15-16 June 2024 and the follow-up activities. 1,000 days of war is a tragic reminder of the need to remain resolute in ensuring the international law prevails, not just in Ukraine, but wherever it is challenged. And I thank you. I would like to thank my colleagues once again for joining me. Thanks a lot.
Clarify if Ukraine has fired U.S. long-range missiles into Russia today? There's some. If Ukraine used long-range U.S.-provided missiles to fire into Russia today?
You will have a full explanation of that in the evening news in Ukraine.
Mr. Ambassador, I'm Committee Intikhabi Fard, the Chief Editor of the Independent Persian. Do we are on a brink of the World War III now, as the current situation is escalating between Russia, US, and Ukraine? And can you please tell us how could we prevent it if such a thing is might happening before President Trump taking power? Thank you.
Well, it's such a long question. It's very difficult to answer this very multi-layered question of yours, but I think that our position was very strong. We have to make the Russians sit down at the table of negotiations, and the only way to do it is by strength. All rounds of consultations and negotiations, and we saw lately how latest telephone calls provoked unprecedented attack of Ukraine rather than help us convince the Russians to talk. So the strength is the answer. All right?
We shouldn't be worried about the World War III.
We have to be united to prevent the war. And then after all, I mean, I don't believe that anyone in the Russian leadership is brave enough to commit a suicide. People are very weak in Russia.
Sorry, sir. You mean they are not brave enough to using the nuclear bomb?
I think that President Putin was explained very well a while ago what would happen if he dares to do the things that he threatens the Western world with. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador.